No one wants to find this, a broken PIR lens, when they retrieve their trail camera. Welcome to the Winterberry Wildlife Tech Series. Today we'll be replacing the PIR lens on a Browning Recon Force Advantage trail camera. This camera was sent to me by a friend who does his camera trapping in the desert southwest. In addition to discoloring the plastic housing, the continued exposure to bright sunlight also made the PIR lens so brittle that it eventually failed. Luckily, he retrieved this camera before any moisture was able to enter through the gaping hole in the housing, so all we have to do is replace the PIR lens itself. This little piece of dark plastic is actually a highly engineered Fresnel lens, so replacing it with just any piece of milk jug won't do. In this case, I was able to use a lens from another Advantage I'm using as a parts camera. I also found that lenses for the BTC7 HDP, which are more likely to be in stock, also fit this camera. The first step to replacing the PIR lens is to take the camera apart. As I've shown in a separate teardown video for the Advantage, this starts by removing the 6 rubber stoppers that keep water out of the screw wells. I find using a hooked dental tool works great for this. The next step is to remove the 6 screws that hold the housing together. They come off with a small Phillips head screwdriver. Now the camera is in 2 pieces, a front and back housing, and we can turn our attention to the front housing. Working around the battery wires is a little awkward, but it's easier than removing them. We need to remove the main printed circuit board, which is held in place by 6 Phillips head screws. With the main PCB out of the way, we can see the PIR sensor window, but we still can't quite get at it. To do this, we need to remove the IR LED board. It's held in by 4 screws, which I'll remove. Now we can see the PIR lens itself. This small piece of curved plastic is held in by this keeper piece. We can remove that by removing the 4 Phillips head screws that hold it in place. With the keeper removed, we can carefully remove the damaged PIR lens. Now is a good time to remove any broken lens pieces as well. We also want to inspect the rubber gasket which presses into the housing around the lens. The keeper presses the lens against this gasket, which is what keeps the moisture out. Fortunately, the gasket is protected from the sun and this gasket is undamaged. Now we can replace the PIR lens. I'm using a lens that I removed from another Advantage camera. You want to find a direct replacement if possible. These lenses are not standardized, and lenses from different manufacturers are not necessarily the same size or the same curvature and will not likely fit any camera. Replacements for the Advantage cameras are chronically out of stock on the Browning website, but I found that a lens made for the BTC7 HDP is the same mechanical size. The detection zones are different than in the 7A, but these lenses will get your camera back and working again. With the PIR lens installed, we can now reverse the steps we did earlier to put the camera back together. We start by reinstalling the PIR lens keeper, then the IR flash circuit board, then the main circuit board, then the front and back covers. Don't forget to reinstall the 6 rubber stoppers. Now we're ready to test the camera. I've turned it on and put it into motion test mode. You can see that as I pass my hand in front of the camera, the red LED on the front panel flashes on. Success! Well, that's it for this project. Check out my channel for more videos on camera trapping technology and hit subscribe if you'd like to see more.